Hello and blessings. I'm Matana. This is a continued part about the crystal healing work and the crystal healing. Of course, many of you know quartz crystals, the clear quartz crystals, gemstones, amethysts, citrines, carnelians, all kinds of garnets, rubies, and so on, or diamonds as well. But here's a specific crystal, a specific healing crystal that supports to activate and unlock the heart, the sacred heart. This The question that many people ask me is, yeah, what does a crystal really do? And you have to realize that this is a so-called master crystal, because they come in with a certain consciousness. In order to manifest that way, you can imagine it takes quite some consciousness. If you look at a pebble, nothing against a pebble can be beautiful and round, or have all kinds of different shades in it and coloring. But in order to come in like a quartz crystal, like this, can you imagine what consciousness is required for it to manifest and to really stay intact as well? Um, in fact, we have a crystalline structure. Everybody knows Lemurian crystals and Atlantean crystals, and these civilizations are being said to communicate it to crystals. Here's the thing: every communication device has crystals in it. If it's a telephone, a cell phone, uh, TV, computer, radios, they all have crystals. And crystals are communicators. I believe, in fact, in the future we may even work with liquid crystals or crystal chips to communicate, because that's going to be the next step of communication and the next level of our evolution. But here's the other part. Crystals have a frequency. You can measure its energy, and everybody knows they are piezoelectric, chargeable. Every quartz movement works with a charge. A specific charge you run through, it has an expansion and contraction that it does. So, and that's why these quartz movements are pretty accurate, because the quality of the crystals, they really do this, and creating quite stable resonance. So once you realize that these crystals are still growing and the consciousness in them is still active, you can imagine these crystals grow over hundreds of millions of years. So they are here probably a couple 100 million years, and we are just born. Of course, if you go, we are being reincarnated many, many times. But still, our consciousness, sometimes we cannot reach into that past life consciousness. And so sometimes, and some people really believe this is the only life we live. But can you imagine that these crystals are on this planet for hundreds of millions of years, and in fact it's required for them to grow that way. They grow very slowly. So what also they can teach us is patience. And they were here also when we weren't really born. So they can teach us a lot of other things that happened. We can tap into the past of the planet with these crystals. We can meditate with them. We can do a crystal gazing, where we just look at the crystal. And just by looking at the crystal, it will support us unlock the crystal consciousness and go deeper in our meditation into the crystal and the clear crystal realm. Of course, the Lemurian crystals and other crystals are being used to have to their etchings information like a record, And so you can really go into holding the crystal in your left hand, and you can feel to a meditative state, to a heightened consciousness, where it came from and what its journey was. But more than anything, it can help you and support you and tap into amplifying your energies and support you in your healing work. And that's what this crystal is doing with me. It supports me in sending the heart activation to the medium of this internet, through the whole world. In fact, by just me holding it like this, we're airing right now the opening of the heart consciousness to the whole universe. And we're sending this awareness through us into this whole universe. And as you receive it, allow yourself to anchor it in your DNA as a consciousness of oneness. I hope you enjoyed today's session and you have a beautiful, blessed life. I talk to you soon.